What's up guys, my name is Eli. I'm a sports videographer and creative at App State, and in this video I'm going to be going over my handheld rig for my FX3 that I use on almost every shoot. And every time I'm shooting basketball, something like that, if I'm not shooting on my shoulder rig, this is the rig that I use, handheld. And I know a lot of people have trouble with where to mount their monitor and everything for the FX3, so I thought this video might help out. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so let's hop right into the build here. So obviously we're going to start with the Sony FX3. Now everything that I actually use in this build is going to be linked in the description, so you can go check that out. But I have a small rig half cage for the FX3 on my FX3 obviously, and this is just the base. So this is the best cage, and the reason I like this cage is because you can slide the top handle, the XLR handle, on without interfering with the top here. So yeah, the small rig half cage, like I said, I'll have everything linked in the description, so go check it out if you want to. So the first thing I like to do with my builds is secure this top handle to the top of the camera. So this is the XLR handle that actually comes with the FX3. So what I'm going to be doing is using this small rig multi-tool. Now this thing, if you don't have one of these, it's like $5 on Amazon or something like that. Go pick it up. It is a life changer. So this top handle slides right onto the FX3, just like that. And then you just take this tool. I'll take the flathead, and we're just gonna tighten these screws. Okay, so now we have the handle secured to the body of our camera. And the next thing I like to do before I put the lens on is put the base plate onto the bottom of the camera. So this is the small rig, just basic base plate. I think it's like $20–25 on Amazon. This is the base plate that I use just because the other ones are way expensive for no reason, and they all do the same thing. Now I know some of them actually slide on to this plate here on the bottom of the cage, but screwing in a couple screws isn't the biggest deal. You can save a couple dollars just going with the basic plate. So make sure you put it on backwards like this, and just so the rails can come in from the back. And then you're just going to want to line it up with the holes and drop these screws in. You're not really going to be able to see it too well on camera, but I'll just do this real quick. Okay, so once we have it screwed into the bottom like that, you can see it just sits up on this base plate right here, and then we can actually slide rails into these holes right here. Now one thing I forgot to mention with the top handle is we have this NATO rail on the top of the top handle and the small rig extension, because the top handle usually just goes to like right here, so it doesn't fit like bigger hands very well. And even if you don't have huge hands, like, it just gives you so much more room to grip it. So I really recommend, I think this is a must-have with the FX3, the small rig top handle extender. And you also need this NATO rail in order to mount the monitor, which I'll show you how to do in just a minute. It also just makes the rail, or not the rail, the handle just way more sturdy, because it is kind of plasticky, but it makes it feel a lot more like high quality and durable. Now the next thing I'm going to do is actually put my lens onto the camera. Now for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using my 70-200 G Master Mark II f2.8 version, and usually you could use either, any lens obviously, but I have my 28-75 on the camera right now, so we're going to be mounting the 28 or the 70-200 onto this rig. So go ahead and take off the lens cap and line that up. All right, there we go. Now we have like the base of our rig. We have the base plate on, we have the lens on, and we have the top handle on. Now you can see how the camera is leaning forward, and we want to get some counterweight in the back. Now counterweight is important whether you're shooting on a shoulder rig or a handheld rig. Now obviously this is just my handheld rig. If y'all want a separate video on my shoulder rig, let me know and I can do that. But we're gonna go ahead and get some counterweight on the back. Now in order to do that, I'm going to be using this V-mount battery right here. Now this is the BP190. It's a 14.8 volt 190 watt battery. So this is where we're going to be mounting to the back of the camera. Now in order to mount that, let me just move this out of the way. I'm going to be using this newer battery plate. It's about $100 on Amazon, and it gives you so many different ports. As you can see, it gives me a USB-C power delivery. and another DTAP port. So this is really important to have if you're using this battery. Now I know a lot of batteries come with the USB-C already built in, so if you pick up that, there's no need for the plate, but all you do, slide the battery onto the plate, and now you have some rail holes to thread the rails through and add to the back of the camera. So for this rig, I use some shorter rails. I have longer ones that I use in my shoulder rig, but I don't want it to get in the way of when I'm trying to zoom in and come out the front of my camera. So I just use these rails. I'm not sure, these are like 8-inch rails it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and put these into the back of the camera. Now in order to do that, all you do is just slide them into these holes right here. And make sure you line them up as evenly as you can. And then you just want to tighten these screws right here. And now you have rails on your camera. Now what we're gonna do is take our V-mount battery and line it up with these rails. And then we're just gonna go ahead and slide it onto our rig like that and tighten up these screws again. So now we have some counterweight in the back, and you have your V-mount battery, and it also acts as like a cushion for when you're filming, so you can get more stable shots and provide counterweight and obviously all-day battery life. So a V-mount battery is highly recommended. Yeah, I definitely recommend getting a V-mount battery if you're going to be shooting any type of video. So this is the part that most people come to this video for, and that is how do I mount my monitor to my FX3, because obviously we have the XLR handle, so there's no like place to actually slide your monitor on. So what you want to do, and the way that I've found works best for me, is obviously you need to have this NATO rail extension for your XLR handle. And then you're going to pick up this little piece. It is just a rod mount. I don't know if you can see that. And you're just going to screw this on to your handle. So I'll put this on right here. So now we have a place that we can put a rod into. Now you might be asking, so how's that going to help us? So basically I have a short, like 4-inch rod right here, and I have a adapter that will let me screw on my monitor to right here. So basically what you're going to do is just slide this rod into this adapter right here. I'm sorry, what I should have done first is make sure you, before you actually put this on, you want to slide this rod in so that it will fit, and then clamp that down and put it onto the rail. There you go. So once you secure that, you have this rod right here with a place to mount your monitor. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the monitor and show you how this works. So right here I have my monitor. This is the Atomos Shinobi monitor, and I'm just going to go ahead and mount it onto my FX3 just like this. So let me go ahead and do that. So now that we have our monitor mounted, as you can see here, we have it coming out to the side, and we can actually flip it up or down however we want to, and that is with this little piece right here that I forgot to mention. It is the small rig. I forgot what they call it, but like I said, it'll be linked in the description if you want to check it out. But it just allows you to tilt your monitor. So yeah, I can have it tilted like this so that you obviously see it from the top down. And then obviously you're going to want to have a monitor battery. So I just have one of the bigger, I think they call them NPF batteries from Sony. So I just slide this into the back of the monitor. And what I will do in the future is just get a DTAP battery that runs from my V-mount battery. But yeah, as you can see here, we have that battery on the back of the monitor, and it adds a little extra weight to this side. So it's not that bad, but yeah, that is just a little disclaimer. Now here's where the rig gets a little bit, I guess you could say, weird. And that is with my microphone. So as you know, this is an XLR handle for an XLR microphone that goes into this slot right here. And I currently don't have an XLR microphone. I will be getting one soon. But you can still use your shotgun microphone in the XLR handle slot. And I was trying to figure out how to do this for a while. And all you do is just open up this slot right here. and I'll take my shotgun microphone and flip it upside down. But before you do that, you're gonna want to undo this port right here so that you can plug in your normal shotgun microphone. And then you still have controls on this other side, which I'll show you in a second. And then just rotate this around and flip your microphone upside down. You're gonna want to take the cover off if it comes with one for right now. And then we can clamp this back shut. Take your cover and put that right back on. Now, also what you want to do, if you have this exact same microphone, you could also take this red part off, but I also still use this on like my 87.4 and stuff, so I don't actually want to take this off. But now you have the microphone nice and secure in the shotgun mount. So that's really nice to have if you don't actually own an XLR microphone like me for right now. But yeah, you still have controls on this side in here. So yeah, that is a really nice addition. Now the last part of this rig that is optional and I use and don't use just depending on the shoot is a matte box. So basically what you're gonna want to do is, this is the Small Rig Mini Matte Box Pro and it comes with these adapter rings. So I'll turn my camera around just so I can do this right now, but basically all you do is add this adapter ring to the front of your lens. So this is a 77mm thread size lens, and then what I do is you're going to take your matte box, and it's actually the wrong way. You turn it like this, and then you just slide it onto there, line it up, and tighten this screw down right here. And there you have your matte box on your camera. So it also can act as a lens hood if you just put that down, but you can use it however you want. You don't have to use it, obviously. It's just an addition. You can slide filters into it or anything like that. But yeah, that is basically the rig, and all we have to do is get it powered up now. So in order to power this rig, I actually use this coiled USB-C right angle cable. So it goes USB-C into my V-mount battery. I know you can't see right now, but I'll show you in just a second. And then it goes USB-C into my camera. So you can see right there, you might have a little extra. You can just tuck it in between the battery and the camera, and you're good. Now you want to power up the monitor, and in order to do that, you just take a HDMI cable. I just have a normal fast HDMI cable. I plug this into the side of the monitor, into the HDMI in. And then once again, I'll take this. Now sometimes what I'll do is like wrap it around the handle if it's a little long. And this one is a little long, so we'll wrap it around the handle maybe twice. And then it'll go into the HDMI in my camera. So now you can see we have everything powered up, and the good thing about this cage is it has a HDMI clamp, so I can tighten this down and the HDMI will not come out if it's tugged on or something like that. So that's just a good extra safety to have. But this is the entire FX3 rig. Thank you guys for watching this video. If this helped you out or in any way, make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and turn on notifications. If you want to check out my basketball LUT pack that I use for all of my videos, it will be in the description, so go check that out. And every piece that I use, like I said, will be in the description also. So yeah, y'all can go check that out, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching this video. See you on the next one.